Welcome to part 3 in my 5-part series on making difficult people disappear. We found out in parts 1 and 2 that it's really not about making those people disappear, but rather in changing our attitudes, our expectations, and what we're willing to accept. We also learned that we have to realize that diversity exists. And so people aren't going to show up exactly as we would. Their values are different, their beliefs are different, their past experiences are different. So if we're going into the workforce expecting to see people who are our clones and who would behave exactly as we would behave, then we're going to be disappointed. And we're probably going to end up calling people difficult. But we can come up with alternative strategies that are more effective. Because the reality is, most people aren't really difficult by nature. What they are is different. And different doesn't have to be equal to difficult. If we realize those differences, if we embrace and acknowledge diversity and approach it from a position of curiosity, the outcome can be so different. If everyone in the room has the exact same mindset, the exact same thought process, then why do we need additional people? Diversity brings richness to the table. We have diversity in thought, diversity in beliefs, diversity in action. How do we leverage that within the workplace so that rather than trying to get people to be just like us, we look for the value that they bring from their different perspective? It doesn't mean that we have to accept everything that they say, everything that they bring to the table, but be curious about it. What can you learn from it? How might it add value? If you suspended disbelief for a moment and opened yourself up to the possibilities, what might be different? What might be better? So in terms of these difficult people that you want to have disappear, one of the ways that you can do that is by being curious about why do they think that? Why do they act in the way that they do? Why do they bring what they bring to the table? How can you derive value? How can you be curious about it? How can you show some empathy? The empathy is all about seeking to understand the other person's perspective. Doesn't mean you have to accept it, but try to understand it. So today, your tip for making difficult people disappear is to be curious about them. Be curious about their thought process, their value system, their past experiences, which help them to arrive at the position that they're at now. So that's my challenge for you today. Be curious, engage those difficult people to find out how they arrive at their thought processes. What drives them? What motivates them? What is it that they're trying to accomplish? And if you do this with a genuinely open heart, you just might find that they're not difficult at all. They're just different. So continue to follow me. Coming up, we'll have parts 4 and 5 on making difficult people disappear. Start applying the lessons learned right away, and I'd love to hear from you in terms of what, if anything, has shifted for you as a result of your listening to this series. See you soon.